You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the May 2nd meeting of the LaPorte County Alcoholic Beverage Commission. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
LaPorte County Alcoholic Beverage Board on this second day of May 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. We're going to start with Board 2 and then move to Board 1, but I'm going to swear everybody in for both boards. So members of Board 2 are myself, Michelle Traver with the State Excise Police.
Rodney McCormick.
Matt Sikorsky, LaPorte County.
So anyone here today seeking a new permit, a transfer of ownership, a transfer of location, or a renewal after a violation, please stand and raise your right hand. Do I have any remonstrators here today? Okay. Who are you here with?
Dollar General.
Okay, Dollar General, behind you. Blackhawk? Are you going to speak to the board? If you're going to speak to the board, you need to be sworn in. Are you Memos?
Memos, yes.
Yep. Stand and raise your right hand. What place are you here for?
Turnover of Eagles.
You're here for a renewal after a violation, so you need to raise your right hand.
Okay.
That's everybody in the room. Okay, are you going to speak to the board?
Yes.
Her?
No, I just...
No, okay. Do each of you solemnly swear and affirm under the penalties of perjury the answers you have given on your applications and any questions asked by the board today to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. You can be seated. For the record, that was everybody in the room, so there are no remonstrators present. Board 2, we have 2 automatic renewals. We have Briarleaf Golf Club on State Road 39 in LaPorte and the Allure Event Center on B Street in LaPorte. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to renew for 2 years.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, and then we have one renewal after a violation. It is the Fraternal Order of Eagles, number 2439, RC 46020032. Okay, you can come up and have a seat. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Oscar James,
And what is your title?
Secretary.
Okay. So you drew a short straw today, had to come, huh?
Yeah, that's me all the way.
So this was a violation back in March of 23 for an unapproved change of floor plan. If I remember right, you guys kind of knocked out a wall and did some remodel like that. Paid a $250 fine.
Correct.
So anytime you do any kind of structural remodeling, if it's more than paint and wallpaper and carpet, you need to call and let us know before you start
I
construction.
hear that.
Because in the event, I think it was not too major as far as what you guys did, and because you're a club, it was a little easier to do. But you know, you guys spend thousands of dollars on a remodel, and then we come in and go, can't do that. That's a lot of money out of your pocket. So, who I know with clubs, you guys kind of change hands, and the last guy doesn't always tell the new guy what's going on. But I guess tell me, what is your process? Like, who's in charge?
Well, the president naturally is in charge, but this was brought before a meeting and the membership voted on doing it.
Okay. And then did you have to get plans approved by Health Department or Homeland Security or anything?
I just changed floor plans that you guys have.
Okay, so maybe you needed to, but you didn't do anything, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Didn't contact building code or building department?
Well, there really wasn't nothing involved that would, a code, you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would suggest in the future contacting everybody and making sure that nobody has a problem with what you're doing. Because the membership, unfortunately, it's not a home, put it that way. You don't get to just, oh yeah, let's vote to take out the wall and do it. So make sure you're contacting the appropriate authorities.
I have a question.
Yes.
What was the changes?
We had a storage room and we basically moved that room from one position to a different one to open the place up a little more.
Yeah, you had a chance to go out and look at it?
I approved I improved the inspection, the new floor plan, which is how I found out that they did it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was the one that issued a violation.
Have you talked to the health department at all? Have they been out there since you did your renovations?
Yes.
Yeah, I never got a plan. I never saw it.
I know we've had an inspection since then, so I don't know nothing about that. I was not present.
Okay.
And you never did pull a permit to do the work with the county?
Not that I know of anyhow. I didn't do it myself anyhow.
Okay.
Under the understanding, as long as you realize that you need to contact us before moving forward like
Oh, yeah, I do know.
I will go ahead and move to renew.
Okay, motion.
I will second it.
And a second, all those in favor of renewing the Eagles? Aye. Any opposed? All right, thanks for coming.
Will I need to get an extension on
I don't know, when does your permit expire?
June 9th?
No,
Right.
it'll go to the commission hearing before that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Now, did everybody have a chance to review the April minutes for Board 2?
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
I will make a motion to accept.
And I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, that concludes Board 2.
Okay, starting with Board 1, we have several, looks like 6.
Members?
Oh, okay, yeah, the members of this board is myself, Barry Nostein, Michelle Trevor, who is the officer here, and Rodney McCormick, and I'll find you here in a minute.
Matt Sikorsky, LaPorte County.
Matt Sikorsky, yeah, all right. Okay, first our automatic renewals. Number 1 is DL 4621. Pardon?
You don't have to read the numbers on the automatic renewals.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, so it is the LaPorte Mini Mart. Next is Hook Super LLC, located on North Carrick Road, Michigan City. Hook Super X LLC on US 20 in New Carlisle, Indiana. Hook Super LLC at 3253 Franklin Street, Michigan City. The next one is Courtney Bernal, 3301 Franklin Street. And last is Sky Group Incorporated, located at 4535 Wozniak Road in Michigan City. Do I have a motion to approve those?
Move for renewal for all.
I will second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
You didn't vote.
Aye. We have a next, now we have a hearing.
Go ahead with the new one. Let's go ahead with these new ones.
Okay, transfers. We have a transfer for Dolgen Corp. LLC, located on Main Street, La Crosse, Indiana. We have a transfer.
No, one at a
We're gonna
time.
do this one.
One at a time and read the number, please.
Okay. Oh, that's you.
Yes.
Come
You want us to sit?
Please.
You need the DL number. Barry.
Yeah, the DL number on this one is 463-3657, and it's located on Main Street in La Crosse, Indiana.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You state your names,
Yeah,
please.
sure. Lisa McKinney with Bose McKinney Evans, representing Dollar General. Maud Neely, District Manager for Dollar General.
What is your name?
Maud Neely.
Maud Neely. Okay, thank you. All right, this is a new permit that you got from auction, is that correct?
I don't think
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No, it's in La Crosse. This is a new location that opened February 1st. So it is a new store. It is similar instead of, if you know Dollar General at all, they've got over 200 permits in the state. They have operate them all the same. The customers, since the orange sign has been posted, have been excited about the one-stop shop idea. And then a lot of these places, a lot of Dollar Generals serve a need, especially with the food that they have, and people being able to do the one-stop shop. They only have a section of about 4 feet of wine and 4 feet of beer, so 8 feet total. They have cameras throughout the store. All their employees are trained and must pass 100% the training. It's a computer-based learning before they could go out on the floor. This store has probably about 7 employees, correct?
Yes.
And the new hiring at Dollar General is everyone has to be, they have to have someone there
21 years of age in order to sell the alcohol there, so to make sure that we take care of that now. It changed this recently a few months ago. It was, you just had to have somebody in the building that was 21, but now we changed our policy to everyone that is hired in as a management has to be 21 just for that verification.
So the way the checkouts work is they have to scan the ID, and instead of just anyone who looks under the age of 40, they card everyone. Yeah. So they go above and beyond, and that's probably why I believe they have a really good record with the state. They also have to so that the managers do see the videotapes, which are saved, and anyone that were to sell to a minor would be automatically terminated.
Absolutely.
And they cannot also be rehired at a Dollar General again. So their policies are very strict.
Okay. So do you have some of the self-scan checkouts now?
There's one self-checkout there. And it's like 5 items or less. So if they were to buy alcohol, it would censor the register, and we'd have to have somebody come up to assist that. So they would not be allowed to purchase it at that register.
The self-checkouts, I've been told by the corporate that they're going to be phasing those out of the Dollar Generals. They also have put in a new policy that their employees cannot be within they can't go further than so many feet from the front end, so there's always somebody there to see the self-checkouts now.
Okay.
So they've changed that also.
They tried them and just not.
It didn't work out too well, so now most of them are turning into a stand side by side. So if the customer comes up, we have to assist them. So we are actually ringing the product with our own hands, bagging it, and taking care of the customer ourselves. Mm-hmm. So they're starting to switch to all of those, but there is a few still that are like 5 items or less, just for a quick, if they just want to buy a pop, bag of chips or something like that.
Okay.
Otherwise, we are there to assist, and there's always somebody in the first 30 feet of walking in the building to greet and assist the customers.
Okay. Now I did hear some buzz around town that this Dollar General was slated to be a market store, and then it was built that it was not a market store, and I heard the locals in the town is not too happy about that.
Oh.
So what happened? Are you guys going to add the market, or?
We're hoping to add that in soon, but right now it's still, under, I guess, going through the processes of trying to get that to where we can get more room in the store to actually assist that.
Okay, so no legal issues with the town on this one, or anything?
I've heard of nothing.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah, I heard the town board was
Oh,
not happy.
no one has communicated that to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'd know if there was an issue.
I may
this.
know. I mean, no one's come to say they're going to have any problem with the alcohol piece of it, and
Okay.
I know that they have the food requisite, all the requirements there in terms of the
Right.
food,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of the expansion of that, I have not heard anything, but I can follow up after this, I typically do anyway on any concerns or anything that's, and send that to corporate, so I'll ask the question.
The town is not here remonstrating against it, so,
Right.
you know,
Right.
but like I said, I did hear that was how it was supposed to go
Interesting.
up, and it didn't, and the town was not happy, so I was just curious, but.
Yeah, I
The store I'm just assisting at the moment, the DM is currently out that actually takes care of that store. So I was just informed on just the necessities that I needed for today, so I apologize that we don't have the information, but,
No, that's okay.
yeah.
I'll follow up.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
Let's go back to the self-checkout. You said if somebody try to purchase alcohol at self-checkout, it immediately alerts someone, correct?
Yes.
One of the things, I'm a big shopper at the Dollar General's. There's never nobody in the front, and it takes forever for people coming back. So I hope that safeguard is in place.
It is a place we just had a process that was driven to all stores, so everybody was coached and trained on to make sure that somebody was in that area in all stores. So that should not be a problem going forward.
How long ago did that happen? That got pushed out like that?
It's fairly recent, because I just
Yeah.
learned about it in the last,
I'd probably like the past month that we've really been pushing it and having meetings and conference calls and just coaching materials. Just making sure that we're training, you know, all those employees and make sure they understand that one person must be in that front area at all times.
and the phasing out of the self-checkouts is a new process too.
And that's what's my concerns, because I even just came back from Alabama. Dollar General was the same way. Nobody up front. They was always restocking, all the way in the back waiting. When they try to purchase through self-checkout the alcohol, will it, if somebody don't show up, will it go through after a certain amount of time?
No, it will not.
It stops the sale.
Okay,
Yeah, the sale will not be able to continue at that point.
all right.
Yeah.
And Michelle, I have a question for you.
Sure.
You seen the floor plan and all that's been,
Yep. I saw the floor plan, approved the floor plan.
okay.
Yep, and they posted the orange sign as required, so.
No more questions for me.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
Matt, questions? Barry, questions?
Nope.
No, okay.
Motion to approve.
I will second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Next is Victory City Grill Incorporated from Kingford Heights. Is there somebody here from?
I do not see him here today, so we will continue that one more month. Now, the Victory City, the old Hayeks, they are in the process of getting permission to tie into the town's sewer, septic, whatever it is, right?
They have permission.
Okay, so, clearly, Health Department hasn't done a final inspection there yet, right? No, okay, but they're on track to
Yes.
get everything lined up. Okay, so hopefully next month we can go forward with
Do we need
that.
a motion to continue?
Yes, please.
Move to continue this matter for Victory City Grill and Inc.
All those in favor of continuing?
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor of continuing it?
Aye.
Aye. And that would be to June 6th. So,
Okay, and then the next one is Mino's House of Pancakes located on Trail Creek in Michigan City. Is somebody, okay, come forward, please.
The
also
RR
known
number.
as memos.
Yes, memos
RR
has pancakes.
Huh?
Our number.
Oh, yes, our number is 4641248.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Can you state your name, please?
My name is Edgar Dominguez. DOMINGUEZ.
And you are the owner?
Yes.
Okay. So, you posted your orange sign. Did
I
you
did.
bring that affidavit?
I sure did. So here's the affidavit.
Perfect, thank you. All right, you want to tell the board what your plan is there? Because you currently have beer and wine,
Yeah,
right?
but, currently I'm still active for beer and wine. So right now we have created a new patio out there, and our plan is to extend our hours for dinner time because we're already open for dinner. So until like 8 o'clock, we're trying to extend it all the way to around 10 or 11, the latest. So what our goal right now is to make sure, we want to pick up dinner time. We want to bring more people in, like offer chips and salsas, margaritas, something different. to bring in more locals, more townspeople. We're gonna have like for this Cinco de Mayo, we're gonna do like a Mexican buffet. And I applied for this one, but it's not gonna be ready yet. That's from what I'm told.
Right.
So we're just gonna stick with the beer and wine for now. So our main goal is to increase like our sales, bring in more people, have a different atmosphere. We're gonna try it out. It's our first time getting the alcohol liquor. We've been with the beer and wine for like about 7 years now, I think. It's in the records. That's mainly the primary goal, to bring in more folks, a different atmosphere.
Okay, because you got a location in Walkerton, is that right?
It's no longer ours anymore. We're just renting it to somebody. It's a brand new owner over there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so the building is still mine, but somebody is renting it there.
Got it.
Yeah.
So this is your only location that you operate?
This is the only location I have right now.
Did you mention that you had an outside area?
Yeah, it's outside dining, a patio we just created about a month ago.
Is this in the back? Or?
In the front of the building. Right, and like you'll see it right away. I have a picture here if you want. So this is the floor plan. I don't know if you guys have the floor plan right there.
All right.
And then let me show you real quick here.
So you did hear what I told the Eagles about changing floor plan, correct?
Yeah, but as I was renewing to apply for this one, I sent them the new floor plan. I'm not sure if you received it as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
It was included right there. I don't know, maybe you got just a part right here where it says entrance and down.
No, the plan that was submitted with this application was not, it was this plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I drew the patio on here, because it was not on here. This is the one submitted with the new application for today.
Okay.
I have not seen that one.
You want to keep this one right here?
I'm guessing it's the same as this one for the most part. Right?
Yeah, nothing has changed. It's just that the patio is added right there.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Like I said, I drew the patio on. But again, just like what we told the Eagles, can't make any structural changes.
Okay.
You can't just add a patio because you want to add a patio without prior approval.
Right, I have all my permits that I got approval from the owner and from the town of Trail Creek, but I must have missed you guys in the health department like you guys mentioned too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. You got other people's approval, but yeah, you have to get ours. I will say I have been by the patio about 3 times. Have never seen anybody on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
the weather hasn't helped us at all yet.
Exactly. So and I knew that you were coming here today. So when I went and looked at the patio, it's fine the way you built it. But again, had you built it just a little bit different, I would not have been okay with it, and so you would have had to add some other parts to it. But like I said, you kind of lucked out and got lucky with it because of that overhang. It attaches to the building there, because otherwise it doesn't attach to the building, and you can't. It's got to be attached. So I just need you to sign and date this plan, though. Today's the 2nd. You can date it today.
Thank you. So you're getting approval right now from what I'm understanding, right?
Yep,
Okay.
This is the plan that we're approving. Which is, like I said, the one you submitted, and then I drew the patio on. So the patio is approved as of today.
Gotcha.
Is
Questions?
that the actual that's your floor plan now, right?
Yeah, this is
I
my
was
first
trying
one.
to make sure that he read it and seen.
Yeah.
That's the floor plan that he submitted.
Yep, he submitted this
By-
one
by
with this
signing off.
application.
I remember that building being just a sidewalk. Is that where the patio is? Is it out in front?
It was sorry to interrupt. It was like a ramp in the front, big right there in that big area right there. So then we created it right there. That big square box right here in the entranceway.
Okay.
If you're interested, if you're there, you're able to see the square right there in the diagram.
I'm going to have to run by it and see.
Did the inspection department sign off? Forgive me.
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Steve. He's the person in charge of the building inspector or whatever in the town of Trail Creek.
Yes.
And he said it's fine. I gave him the diagram and everything, and I showed him how it's going to be, how tall it's going to be. He was mainly his focus was to make sure we put something around for the safety of people, so in case a car passes by or whatever. And then show.
Mayor made a recommendation to the commission that in the future, if there's any plans that are any improvements for permits or whatever, that they bring a copy from the inspection department showing that they approved it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we can request that. We'll just-
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know,
I think that would be very helpful in all this moving forward. I don't know the right process,
yeah.
but I'll just make that recommendation that, moving forward, I mean,
It's gonna be difficult because, so basically what Mr. Dominguez said, when he filed his renewal, there's a question on there that says, have you made any floor plan changes? And he marked that yes, he had made floor plan changes.
This is my
So at that point, the state is asking me to go out and do an inspection. So they don't always come to the local board hearing at renewal time when they submit that. So had he not been scheduled here, I would have come out, did the inspection based on, that they made a floor plan change, or he would have called me ahead of time and said, hey, can I make this change? Yes, I'll come out, look at it, then I do a final inspection. It could be a year and a half later, and that doesn't,
I think the inspection department comes out and they have to sign off on it. My concerns were what you brought up. If he'd done something a little bit more different, we wouldn't be going through this today. So I think communication between the planning department, our inspection department, and you guys, and with you, because if something was changed on that patio, was moved a certain way, we wouldn't be accepting this floor plan right now.
I wouldn't be accepting it.
And I wouldn't
It doesn't hold the board up on the alcohol renewal, but it would hold, because he can add a patio. It's just a matter of if he's approved to serve alcohol on it.
Yes.
That's really all it is. So,
I just made my point, and
I know.
maybe that just.
We'll have to think about that and see how we can implement that or
I
something.
have no
Yes.
other
So
questions.
now that you mentioned that, that was my next question too. Are we allowed to serve out in the patio?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can serve out on the patio with your beer and wine until you get the liquor permit.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. That was my doubt right there.
What
Okay, are
questions?
we ready for a motion?
No,
I got it. Have you had any violations in the last 7 years?
Not since I've gotten my permit.
Okay, good. Now with the patio, are you gonna make sure you reiterate to all your servers about, checking all AIDs, stuff like that? So-
But yeah, I've been at churches that they've been doing really well. So for the moment, not that you guys are aware of, I haven't had any violations there.
Great. And then make sure you do get a hold of the health department too. So
Yeah, right behind me. I heard earlier, so definitely, and so she can check that out.
You do know the ID process?
Yes, they have to be 21 or older, and then my server has to be older than 21, and you have to check the age and everything.
Yeah, if you look like what age you card them.
40 and under.
Okay. I move to approve the new license for Mimo House of Pancakes, LLC.
Do I have a second?
I will second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
all right, good luck.
Thank you so much,
All
guys.
right, yep, so yeah, your patio is approved as of today.
Okay, and I'll take care of the health department side too.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
The final hearing is Black Hawk Inn, which is located in Westville. Somebody, all right, if you come forward, please.
Number again. There.
The number is RR 4601558.
Good morning, can you state your names, please?
John Kickbush.
Jamie Cox.
Okay. And John, you are the owner, Jamie, you are a manager?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, no Cheryl Lynn today? She's a manager also, right? Or just assistant manager, okay. Okay. So, this is a renewal after violation. It looks like the last violation that occurred in February is still pending, but that the prosecutor did send you a letter, an offer letter. Have you received that?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the offer?
There was no offer, it just said, I didn't bring that one. What was the word?
Revocation?
Yes,
So he's offering you a revocation?
which I have no idea what that is. I even looked it up.
I even called them 3 days ago, haven't got a response.
Okay. So, let me just explain to the board, give the board a little bit of a timeline, and Rodney, because you're kind of new into this. So I'll give you a timeline. If you guys have questions, let me know, or we can ask John or Jamie too. So in October of 2022, they had a violation for minors, paid a $1,000 fine. In March of 23, they had the sale of intox violation where the individual, I believe that's the one where the individual was killed. They were offered $2,000 fine. That was March. In August of 23, we at the local board gave them a 1-year renewal only. And in November of 23, they paid that $2,000 fine and were put on the PACE program by the prosecutor. So what the PACE program is it's an opportunity for the owner to work with the ATC in lieu of losing their alcohol permit, where they agree to certain stipulations with the ATC that we can't impose. So it's this particular PACE program said that they needed to modify closing hours, increase personnel, alter their last call, restricting, things like that. So they did agree to that, like I said, and paid that $1,000 or $2,000 fine. So they're on this PACE program, which it's basically called Proactive Alcohol Compliance and Enforcement. So they agree to that. They are on that for 1 year. Then February, that was November of 23, February of 24, they get another violation for sale to intoxicated patron. That one resulted in a injury, person being injured accident. After hours violation, because this is a repeated offense, they also included the violations of failure to maintain a high and fine reputation and public nuisance. So, being though they were on the PACE program and these violations occurred, the prosecutor for those violations is offering revocation of their permit. He didn't offer them a fine, didn't offer them a suspension, he's offering a revocation. So, that's kind of where we're at.
And that means they want to cancel it altogether, the revocation. That's what I'm assuming.
They want to revoke the permit.
Permit.
And that would be at their level, not ours.
Correct. So today we are because of this, this violation is pending, but we are just going to decide, like that, the violation really doesn't have the outcome, because we don't know it yet, is not really affecting us. That's between them and the prosecutor.
Right.
So we're only voting today on whether we recommend the renewal of the permit or not. So John, you weren't here last month. This was a schedule for last month's hearing. You weren't able to make it.
I was in Florida.
Okay, so why did you not reach out? You're usually really good to reach out to me about, hey, I have a question, hey, whatever, and you did not reach out to me and say, hey, I can't make that meeting. How come?
I purchased a business in Florida. I was down there getting it, we'll just say, up and running. I read through the hearing notice, and in the past I sent someone else because I couldn't make it once. So I sent Jamie and Sherry Lynn. That's why I didn't reach out to you, because someone came in my position 12 years ago and there wasn't a problem.
Okay.
So, and the last two board meetings I was at, I think it started with the people that passed away, that died, that I told you that all these things I am now doing I'm frustrated with it. So I sent the manager and assistant manager here in my position, because they know just as much as I do, maybe even a little bit more. And it would also be a great situation to put them in so that they go back scared to death of what this outcome's all about versus me going back after I leave the board and telling them. So there's a difference between them sitting in the hot chair or me going over there and having a talk with them, which sometimes comes in one ear and goes out the other. Here, you probably saw their face, look at her face, and I was just scared to death. So I've been to these, I think this is my 17th one, not including the 1 year I think I was here every month for 7 months in a row. So I couldn't make it. I sent them.
Okay.
I sent someone else in the past. It was never a problem. It doesn't say I have to be here. It just says someone from the corporation has to be here. I did enjoy the pink letter.
You're the corporation, because you're the sole owner, so, yep. I guess, I don't blame you for not enjoying the pink letter. The pink letter says, we're requesting that you be here because you are the corporation and you are ultimately responsible.
Oh, I enjoy that look. That line's great with me. This line up here, failure, not happy with.
Oh, was that checked?
Yes. I love this part, saying owner. This saying failure to appear, you recorded it. They were here. Not happy with that.
They were here, and we continued it till we could have you here.
But it doesn't say I have to be here. So maybe
The board's
change
requesting, it's a form letter, the board's requesting that you be here. That's the pink letter. The board is
And
requesting your presence.
on
I
this-
believe that's exactly the words that's used.
Yes.
For.
On May 2nd. Today's May 2nd, I'm here.
Right,
It doesn't say it on this one.
that's fine, I understand that. You said you don't appreciate the pink letter. Well, the pink letter is telling you the board's requesting your presence. I wanted to make sure we send them on pink so that they don't get lost in the shuffle.
I don't enjoy this part of the pink letter I stated. I said I'm fine with this one. This one saying failure, nowhere on April 2nd does it say I have to be here. So I didn't fail to appear. They were here.
I understand your point, but our point was, your people did show up at that hearing. This board decided, we decided as a group, that we wanted to see you here because of the consequences. And I believe the box was checked off. And I believe that the way it was checked off was appropriate.
You're
We
missing
wanted
this.
you here.
No, we're not, but you're
see
just
it?
trying to beat a dead horse and it
Yeah, we just
doesn't
wanted you to
matter.
be here.
You're
We just
here.
wanted you to know that you're here, and you came. And I appreciate it, that you're showing up.
I do too, and I understand why you sent the managers, because like you said, you can't go back and tell them enough, because they're not getting it. I get that. However, I'm a little disappointed that Cheryl Lynn isn't here today,
Me too.
because she is the server in most of these situations, whereas if it was up to me and I would recommend revoking her employee permit. I don't think she should be in the line of work if she's just gonna serve whoever she wants. So I'm a little disappointed she's not here today. However, I guess because you weren't able to come here and you did send employees and that did work in the past, then maybe you're not understanding the gravity of where we are today with the history. So sending managers for one violation of sale to a minor because you're unable to come and you've had no other violations, yeah, that might be fine. But the gravity of where we are right now is, it's not send to the managers. We're not to that point anymore. We're to the point that he's gonna lose his bar because of what the employees are doing there and the lack of supervision.
That's why I sent them.
Well, just sending them is one thing, but what, did they say anything? Did they offer anything? Did they, during that period? You don't know that.
To you or to me? Did they offer anything to you guys? Because you guys booed them.
I'm asking,
quickly.
I'm telling you that you feel like you can just send them and that's fine. But they're going to be asked questions. How they answer? You don't even know yourself. What
Well, I
they might
do.
have said or what have you.
I know exactly how they were going to answer. Because I didn't even bring her today, and I did.
I have a question if Mr. Einstein is done. I'm just wait.
Go ahead, huh?
Cheryl Lynn, for the record, is also known as Sherry. She was the person that was here last.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's also involved with the incident, the fatality of 2 individuals, that she continued to serve those individuals, correct?
Yes.
She's also the same person who also served alcohol to underage people, correct?
No.
She was not at work that day. Was she there?
That day?
Of that violation?
No.
No.
What safeguards did you put in place after those 2 individuals?
Which incident?
When the 2 individuals passed away?
Everything.
Yeah.
We put everything in play up to the point where we did not shorten our hours.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
And we
until-
did not, there was only a couple things on the PACE program that we did, that we added that we weren't already doing. And I'll get to that page in a second. So we didn't, at that point, we did not modify closing hours. We did increase security. Security equipment, the ID reader, we added that at that point. Number 4 was the closing procedures, calling last call. We always call last call 45 minutes or a half hour before. But now, since that happened, we now close early. So it's way earlier.
Explain to me your security. What you said you added security. What was that security you added?
The security that we added were more employees on the floor and a guy at the door with a scan ID reader.
Yeah, he wasn't after hour. He was a police officer or anything. Just somebody that
Was he a police officer?
Yes.
No.
How often did you, after this incident, how much time do you spend at the bar? Supervision.
In a month period, I'm there more in the morning, not at night. So I'm probably there out of 7 days, I'm there 4.
I reserve my last comment for anybody else who have questions.
Is that lady still working for you that was involved in the 2 deaths?
Yes.
Why?
And if you looked at your notes, I think it was Agent, I'm gonna butcher his last name, let's see, Painter?
Officer Painter,
Officer Painter. I told him on the phone that he should charge her and not let her off the hook, and he chose not to.
I think she was issued a violation for sale to intoxicated patron.
Charge her with a misdemeanor.
No. Are you talking about for the?
You weren't there. I was on the phone with him. I had probably a 2-hour conversation with him, and I told him that I expected him to charge her with a misdemeanor, a criminal misdemeanor. And he said he wasn't going to. But he did
I
give
don't know
her
anything
a
about
ticket.
that.
So,
What was the question again, Barry?
About what?
What was your question?
Why? He hasn't fired her.
Why didn't you terminate her? You had the
Because-
authority to terminate her.
I did, and you had the authority to charge her with a misdemeanor. Since you didn't,
We don't have the authority to do that.
you do.
No,
this
we
board
don't.
doesn't.
We're a local alcoholic beverage board that's gonna make a recommendation to the state right now whether or not to renew your permit.
Is he one of your employees?
I don't have any employees.
Okay, but he works for the state.
He works for the state excise police.
Since he did not, according to the state, charge her with a misdemeanor, I didn't fire her.
There's your answer.
Thank you.
That's terrible
Okay.
answer.
And I begged him to
But
do
he
it.
It's
answered.
all right, that's what we wanted to know,
Any
his
other
answer,
questions on
so.
That's the worst. I've been on this board for 17 years, and that's the worst situation I've ever heard about an individual being involved in 2 deaths, okay, and still working when the rest of these bars are taking, if they just served or made a mistake, fire them. That's,
See, the problem which you don't realize is she wasn't the one that served the 2 people that died.
well, that's what,
And they had alcohol.
No, that's what you
in
said.
their
We never said
vehicle.
it. The person that served them was her, what's Luke to her?
It was her nephew.
Her nephew served those 2 people.
She did specifically serve the second violation that occurred
that
in November.
That didn't happen.
They
So-
were injured, but they weren't
Yes.
killed. Now, she is in charge of, according to Officer Painter's report, she is a manager at the business and in charge of training other employees. Is that correct?
Well, we kind of all are.
Yeah, the two managers trains, I train. Her main job for the business is social media
Yeah, she does that.
and bartending.
Okay. Okay. And then the day of that particular incident in November, she was the only bartender on duty? Is that
was
right?
it in November?
I'm sorry, February. The February incident.
Yes.
I'm sorry. She was the only bartender on duty?
She was the only bartender
Yes.
on duty.
And it was busy because there was a cornhole
Yes,
tournament
and
or
there was a
something?
cornhole tournament. And then when they came in and specifically said she did everything she was supposed to because she cut him off, she gave him water, and we did not allow him to drive. And they specifically said that she did everything that she was supposed to do.
Okay. I don't read that in the report, but I don't know. I don't know what all was said. So she's the only bartender on a busy day. How have you, because I remember last year you telling us, like, you kind of got behind the 8 ball last year, if I recall, that you were like, you weren't ready for the big expansion and as many employees as you needed and many
Wasn't expecting
security,
anything.
as security as you needed, and that you had since improved all of those aspects. Yet in February, on a busy day, because you have a cornhole tournament, she's the only one working.
Right, well,
She's
sometimes,
not the
sometimes
only
it's
one
not.
working.
I mean,
She's not the only one
She was
working.
the only bartender.
Okay.
yes. So, like, it's...
Do you want to start splitting hairs?
Come on. Our cook goes out on the floor.
Yeah.
Our cook is not in a box. He can see. There's no wall.
And every single person in the bar holds a license. So even if you are a cook, you have to have a liquor license,
Correct.
just in case you walk behind the bar for
So
any
we have
reason.
two.
So every employee has a liquor license. But it's not typically that busy. Usually it's just the cornhole and that's it. And those are the only people there, and it's always on one side. Well, this particular day, it just turned out that there were more people there, and it's not normally like that.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not-
if
yeah, it's
you
not
have
normal.
this cornhole tournament, why are you only scheduling one bartender?
It's usually just those people, and that's usually it. And for some reason that day it was not. It was just different.
And how many people are in this cornhole league or whatever? If it's just those people, like
There's
how many are we
probably-
talking?
I think there's just 14 maybe. I think there's 14. Because
Okay,
we only have to use so many boards, so I don't.
Is that the first time you've done that?
No.
I have a question too, because this is the first time I've heard about deaths. All I hear is death. What are the circumstances of the deaths, the 2 deaths that occurred?
That was really, really early on. That was a long time ago, which would, what was it, 2 years or a year ago?
no, that was the one that happened in March of 23.
Of 23. Yeah, that was.
March of 23, that's why we gave them a 1-year renewal in August.
Yeah, but
Because they were gonna improve.
I thought it was
I
February.
understand.
No,
What was,
February
was
is
it,
totally
what was the circumstance? See, you got in a car and had an accident? What was the circumstance?
The violation was sale to intoxicated patron because the patrons were drinking there, left, got in an accident.
Okay.
So the driver was killed and the passenger was killed.
Okay.
Then we gave them a 1-year renewal in August. Then in November is when the prosecutor offered them, they paid the $2,000 fine for that violation and entered into the PACE program. Then they had a violation in February of this year that resulted in injuries.
Okay. All right.
While still on the PACE program, correct?
Correct.
We just got, because we've just been on it.
Correct.
Going back to August the 3rd, 2023, you sat before this board. I wasn't a member of this board. You was under oath, and you clearly named Cheryl, Lynn, and I can't remember the other guy's name right off the top of my head. I think Larry. You said that she was the one that was serving alcohol to him, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me. Because I'm not here to besmirch your name or anything. I'm just going off the recollection of what I looked at this is on YouTube, so anybody can watch our meetings and see what was being said and what was being done. These things are very serious. These violations are very serious. 2 people have paid with their lives. We have another person's hurt. Minors receiving alcohol. I don't know if we're done with questions or not. I'm going to take the prosecution recommendation as well. I'm not voting to renew. There needs to be something else done. To get on the PACE program and fail while you have a violation while you're on the program where the state is doing everything they can, and this board has done everything they can to enforce public safety, it seems as though it has been ignored.
Okay.
And we can't have people dying in our community and in our county. It's not about taking away your job or your right to work and none of that. I sit here, I don't know, I only can speak for me. I care about the public safety over everything. And again, I just think just listen to what Barry just said. There was a couple of things you could have done easily to resolve a lot of these issues to ensure us that this wouldn't happen again. But you chose not to do it, and you have your valid reasons. That's fine with me. I don't want to argue about it or nothing. My motion will be not to renew, and also I will make a recommendation that if they have service license, they be revoked.
You know, and I'm gonna say,
Cheryl Lynn, for the record.
with what Rodney said, John, you want to split hairs on my language that she was the only one working versus the only one bartending. That's fine. If that's how you want to argue this because you don't look at the big picture as to what is actually happening, that's fine. I just let you deal with the state on that because we're, like Rodney said, the state has really tried to work with you on this issue, and then you want to come here and argue whether she was the only one working or the only one bartending. That's fine. So Matt, do you have any more questions or anything?
No,
I won't say a thing.
I will,
So Rodney, I say we just do a roll call vote then.
I think we should allow her to say.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
You fine?
okay, go ahead.
Okay. You can say whatever you have to say. I don't want to be cutting you off or any of this.
Those people were drinking in their vehicle and had alcohol and drugs in their system.
He doesn't know that because he didn't read it.
The ones that were
So he's
drinking
making a
in
judgment
their
call on something he doesn't know anything about.
the ones that were drinking in their vehicle.
The ones that on February, or the ones that, are you talking about the deaths? The deaths?
No, the ones that were drinking in their vehicle, that was not included in this case report or in this violation.
But you keep bringing up things that weren't even part of the PACE program. We weren't even on the PACE program yet, and you keep throwing it in there like we keep, but that's not it. These things, yes, I understand, but those people who passed away, they were drinking in their vehicle, they had drugs in their system. It wasn't just us. Like, we didn't just serve them and get them hammered and make them leave. Like,
I take offense to what you're saying. I respect what you're saying, but I take offense. 2 individuals have passed away.
Yes.
I only went off the testimony you took under oath. I call you John. I don't want to butcher your last name. You stood under oath, came before this board, and you admitted liability. You agreed that it was wrong. You said it yourself. I'm only repeating what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you know how many things I served them that night?
To say something about a person,
you don't, do you?
How much you served them that night? You didn't speak about what you did, what you served them. You said that you admitted that your server clearly gave them too much. They overserved. That was your statement.
The video. You watched
you over. That's what you stated. I'm not going to go back and forth. Forgive me for
one
this.
mixed drink.
He clearly doesn't understand that you're not a state excise police officer and that you didn't watch the video, but that's okay.
You don't have all the facts, is what I'm saying. And on top of
The
it, you're parked
incident
in a handicap
that you were asking about
out
with the
front.
ones that are included in drinking in the vehicle, that is not incorporated into this violation, and it clearly says in the report that 3 out of the 4 are included, but that one is not because they can't. It's nothing to bargain.
Right.
So our investigation did show that had nothing to do with the bar, and it's clearly stated in the case report.
Because like all of the things that we've changed, like I have water pitchers out on the bar, people, and they love them, which is weird, but they go and they will refill water the entire time they're there. We now have jiggers to make sure that each drink is an exact pour no matter what, and they're actually it's not even a full ounce, it's more, it's under, so that people don't even know know, so like I'm taking all of these extra steps just to make sure we have a guy at the door, I have extra people on, we have all of the things that you guys are asking for, and it's very stressful.
Taking these steps since when? Since February?
But yes,
Taking these steps since February.
How long have you been the manager there? You have the authority to do what you did. How long have you been that
Forever.
person? Forever?
Yeah, I feel like forever.
2009.
Yeah.
So the PACE program started November of 23, and they started taking these additional steps in February of 24.
I thought it started in January.
I took the steps immediately after I talked to Andrew, the prosecutor, when the PACE program was mailed to me.
I thought we just got on it.
And that was before the February
Oh,
incident.
well, that's my fault.
The letter was dated January 2nd.
Okay, so that's my thought. Yeah.
It was agreed upon in November.
Oh, right.
And then, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, Matt, I'm sorry, you have anything else? Or we'll just do a roll call vote. Rodney, just one more time for the record. If you're gonna deny, the reason you're denying, and if you're approving, the reason you're approving. Barry, do you wanna start as
Yes.
president?
I'm not going to vote against them losing their license simply because there's a whole lot of facts that I don't think we have all the facts to make that decision. I've spent a lot of years as an investigator in a police department, and when I had a case, I knew everything about it. I don't think I know.
Do you wanna read the
everything.
case report?
Well, the case report, who made that up? The lawyer, right?
The State Excise Police case report.
Okay, then.
It's about 12 pages.
Then
Do you wanna
they're right there in Indianapolis, and they're right there with the commission. I'm not making a recommendation.
You gotta vote one way or the other, or you're abstaining. What are you doing? Voting for renewal, voting for denial, or abstaining?
Abstaining,
Okay, what is your reason for abstaining?
because I don't believe we have all the facts here.
Okay,
I'm voting to deny.
can you state your name, please?
Rodney McCormick.
And your reason for denying?
Violation by being placed on PACE. Seriously bodily injury, including death, and failure to put safeguards in place that will prevent this from happening in the future. Those are the reasons why I'm moving with that. And I also have a recommendation that Cheryl Lynn, if she has a license to serve, be revoked.
Thank you, Matt.
I am going to vote to deny. My reasons are that I think that while this is a true shame on everyone's part, and I don't believe that this was done maliciously. I don't believe that you people try to hurt anybody and ignore these things. I just think that the emotions are too high right now, and I think that our recommendation will be that it'll go down to the state, and I think at this point, to be able to deal with the state will be better off for everybody.
Yes.
And I really, truly hope that you are able to work something out and you can get to that place where people can enjoy going there and it can be a prosperous part of the community, because they deserve that. And you guys deserve that as well.
I too am going to vote to deny the permit because we did give you a 1-year renewal last August and just explained at that time. You have a 1-year renewal. You guys said we're going to, we didn't realize what we were getting into with the size of the new location. We're going to implement some new changes and we're going to do X, Y, Z. And we gave you a 1-year renewal to do those things. Yet you still had violations and serious violations in that year's time. So yeah, it's looking like it's become a public nuisance, like the violations, that you last received. And whether that's because, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, it's become a public nuisance and you were put on notice last year, and then here we are again with more violations. So, yeah, I'm gonna also recommend the state deny the permit. And like I said at the beginning, I'm with Rodney. I think Cheryl Lynn should be revoked her bartender permit too. You know, but that's not up to me. So, this is only a recommendation to the state. We don't have any authority to pull your permit or anything like that here. This will be set for the commission hearing, but it will not be set until the first commission hearing in June. So the commission will get this recording of the hearing today, and then they'll review that. In the meantime, I think you have a meeting with the prosecutor coming up in May.
15th.
Okay. So, you know, who knows what's gonna happen but if the commission upholds our denial, then you will have 15 days to file an appeal where you can have a hearing at the ATC to appeal that decision. If they overturn us, then they would issue the license out. So, again, it's just a recommendation. And just so you guys are aware, members of this board are appointed by local authorities, county commissioners, county council, mayor, okay? They are not part of the excise police. They do not have any enforcement knowledge. They don't have any access to enforcement things. I am the representative of the Alcoholic Beverage the Alcohol Tobacco Commission and work for the state excise police. So I do have access to the case reports and things like that. But I have not seen the videos either. So, you know, you just have to understand what the board has access to and what they don't, and that this isn't a court of law, but you definitely, you know, can go to the ATC for that type of atmosphere. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yes. May 11th, my license expires for the current year.
Okay.
Is that the last day of operating?
Unless you get an extension or something, yeah, you'll have to get an extension or...
I filed for an extension at the same time I filed for the license.
Okay.
License used to be 75 days in advance. Somehow I missed that they made it 90. So I sent it on the 78th day. I also sent a note saying, here's extension money. Reason why I missed the prior dates change. Sorry. I talked to, not Susanna, but whoever replaced Susanna.
Yeah, Ariel?
Yes.
Ariel, okay.
Talked to her Tuesday. And she said I think she said it depends what you send out.
Okay.
So, and she said she'd email me. So,
All right.
the second, so it's like 9 days.
I don't know, like, because I know that that last violation is still pending, right? Because you have the hearing, you said May 15th with the commission?
Yeah.
Or the offer was the revocation, so that's still pending. So
Right.
generally, they'll let you operate until you work that out, but because the offer is so severe, I really don't know. But I can inquire also.
Okay, and she, I asked her, should I call back? She said that their meeting is like Tuesday next week. Mm-hmm. So that's before the 11th. So she should have an answer and she would email me.
Okay, I'll just remind her
Yeah.
that, hey, you still need to know about that letter of extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, that remonstration is taking the permit. But when I looked up the definition, can you, I mean, you can record it or not, the definition on the webpage is all over the place. I mean, it says 1 day, 3 day, 30 day, 90 day, a year.
Of
And
the,
that's what I called Andrew about, but he didn't call me back. So
of the
that's-
revocation?
Mhm.
No, when the state sends something to that effect, they're recommending revocation, it's meaning they're revoking your permit, they're taking it back.
Okay.
Period. Like, you don't
Okay.
get it anymore. So whether or not you work something out with them in lieu of revocation, I don't know. Like, he's the prosecutor, so
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully he calls me back.
Yeah. I'm sure, yeah, he will. So,
Okay. So I'll do
any
it.
other questions?
No, that, I have to talk to him, I guess.
The good news is you are entitled to due process.
Right.
I know that very well.
Yeah, so you will get that I pray that you get that due process. You are entitled to that. Just because it's our decision, you have the right to take our decision to the next level and do what you have to do.
And that's why I said they generally let you operate until that due process is over. So, yeah. But I do know that ATC's cracked down on letters of extension more than they used to. You know, they used to just kind of issue them out. They just don't do that anymore because of people just being slow on renewal or whatever.
Right.
So,
Right.
but your situation's a little bit different because the violations involved and all that. So,
Yeah.
I have a
That's,
question.
yeah.
yes.
That's what I called.
I have to send in a certification that I took a class, and I have no idea who I'm sending it to.
The server training certificate?
No,
or what is it?
because I got DUI, and they sent me a letter saying that they wanted, in order for me to get, and this was last year or a year before, that they wanted me to get a class, to take a class in order for me to renew my liquor license to be able to use it again, and I have no idea where to send it. The deadline's coming, and every time I try to send it, it gets rejected, so I don't know who I'm giving it to.
The employee permit section is probably who requested it. Do you have the email?
I don't have any
Or-
emails. And like in the paper that I have, it doesn't have any emails on it. It just has a phone number, and every time I call, they tell me what to do, and then I can't do it because like I don't know if I'm just not hearing them correctly, but I keep trying to, I don't know who to send a verification that I have passed this class and everything is we're moving forward.
Get on the ATC website, and when you click on the contact us, there should be the link for the bartenders sections and or employee permits. It will say one of two things: bartender permits or employee permits.
And then I'll be able
And
to,
just it has a list of people on there that you should be able to email
okay,
that are in that division.
that's all I needed. Sorry, I should have put up.
All right. Thank you.
It's not changing anything.
Thank you for coming.
But thank you for that.
You're welcome. I will make a motion to approve the April minutes as written.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, if there's anything else, I will say.
So I'm watching him. He knows
That's it.
something that we don't.
Okay, made a motion to adjourn the meeting, second.
Yes, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.
Nah,
He's sitting there like.